Alright guys, I thought I'd do another passport bros video. Um, my feed is getting full of this stuff lately. I must have been because of the last video. But like I said before, this stuff isn't new. But I want to sort of take it from the perspective, because it's often pushed that it's down to the fact that people are taking advantage, or it's exploitive. I've got to admit, it's not. From, I mean, I went out to the Philippines in 2007. I've been married ever since. I'm happily married. We moved from Philippines to Spain. We have a nice beach house. We're content. My wife takes care of the kids. I go out and make the money. We're well positioned. But over the time in the Philippines, I was there for 7 to 8 years. I met a lot of people. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of what you would call passport bros today. And you find maybe 90% of them are focused on the relationship. They're content. They want to be together. They're focused on each other. I didn't see many weak males. I mean, you got the odd bum out there. But at the same time, the majority of guys were self-sufficient. The guys brought a lot of resources to the table. They may not have had a lot of money, but they could pay the bills every month. They brought stability, a better way of life, a better way of living, their family orientation. The focus is on the family unit. A lot of the guys were older than a lot of their partners, but it meant there was financial security there. There was, it was a two-side of the coin, because one side was the finance, the other one is the family. At the end of the day, you look at the West, where it's lost its traditional identity. I see a lot of this stuff where there's women complaining they can't find a guy, or they're complaining about passport bros, or when they start talking about relationships, it starts with I, in the sense of what they want themselves. That's not how a relationship works. A relationship is found on a connection. Secondly, that everyone has their responsibilities. For me, I believe in the family unit. I believe in the traditional marriage. I believe, and my wife will tell you, one thing I've always said to her: she can do what she wants. If it's like this year, I said to her, "You want to go back to the Philippines and go there for a holiday, whatever?" And she's like thinking about it, because she knows it's going to cost, I think it's about £6,000. But she's like, we'll see. Maybe I'll bring my mother over instead. Her focus is the kids, because that's the main reason. It wasn't about the money. It was about the kids having to go outside the school holidays, because she's like, the kids got exams, the kids have got this. It's not about herself. It's about the kids. In the same way, I made a joke. Well, if she goes to the Philippines, I'll head off to Vienna or something. And she's like, I haven't been to Vienna. I want to go to Vienna. But the point being is, you're a unit. You function as a unit. The division in the West is not just about women just being more masculine. The fact is, it's almost like what's yours is mine and what's mine's mine. At which point, there's no bond there. It's missing. You marry, get in a relationship with a Filipina, you find that they become very attached to you straight away. You can form a solid relationship there, and it's genuine. They're wanting to go, right, I want to get married, I want to have kids, I want to settle down, I want to do this. But the other side of this, which is the bit that's missing in a lot of modern society in the West, is peer pressure, and the foundations of the family that comes down within their own families. So there's an expectation of if you're dating, when you're getting married, when you'll make great grandkids and all this, from the hierarchy within that family structure. So is that a bad thing? I don't think so. Marriage is not supposed to be Cinderella's version or whatever, because guess what? It finishes with the fireworks. Doesn't finish with them having kids and going through all the problems that you have in life. It finishes with a just getting married. That's the end of it, guys. Off you go. Marriage is work. My job is to put money in the bank. My wife puts the cooked food on the table. I like cooking, but cooking's her domain, whether I like it or not. She takes care of the house. She's happy doing that. In the same way, she's not some naive, uneducated woman. She's multilingual. She's a university graduate. She's very intelligent. She's 100% behind making sure the kids come first. So she takes care of stuff. She is 100% dedicated to the family. And why that's important? It means that I can focus on getting the money in. I can focus on making sure that the kids get the best chance to move forward. I can focus on making sure we're taken care of when we retire, which I probably know I'll probably drop dead before I retire. Not from a young age, but I can't sit still. It's just not in my nature. But the point being is, you take the responsibility as a man. They don't like weak males. They are looking for men that can take care of them. They're looking for men that they will give their heart and soul to. If you take care of them, they'll look after you. They're in it 100%. So why have these women got an issue with it? But I keep saying, I have no idea. If you're bitter that you can't find a guy, why is that my problem? Now, if you ask me why I wouldn't go with a Western woman anymore, well, firstly, I'm already married, but I don't even see the hassle, it being worth the hassle to even date Western women. Now, could you, go out and spend time with me if I was single and whatever? Yeah, but there's no way I'd let you into my assets. There's no way I'd look to get into a relationship with you. It just wouldn't happen. Going to visit somewhere or hanging out, going to restaurants, yeah, sound. But that's it. I think one of the other sides of this is that sex is overvalued. Because this is where I think, going back to the 60s and the introduction of birth control and women having more control of themselves in a sexual way, was the rise of a lot of these changes, and that's where you've seen the divorce rate start to go up at the same time. Now many have got what they asked for, but they can't have the cake and eat it. You can't cheat on a guy, then complain that you haven't got the guy. I want to be independent, but I want somebody with me that I can control. Doesn't work. I mean, I remember my sister at my mother's funeral. She was just ranting on about her house. I mean, we do not get on. But the point is, she was creating an argument because she just kept yeah. And I said something that she did not like. And my father went off because I didn't even want to be there. I wanted to just go to the funeral and leave, but then you get dragged to the wake stuff. And my father went off. He didn't want to get involved. My sister then turned round to her husband and go and get my father, to her husband. And he went off like a lapdog. And I instantly thought, I'm not going to say better or beater, but what a weak man. Me, I'd be, you caused it, it's your father, you go, and you can apologise. But nah, get her husband to go running like a little lapdog. That's the type of guy they want. Now, whether those guys wake up or not, I'll never know, because they're not people I like to be around. Yeah, I find it cringeworthy. Um, but the important thing is the relationship with these guys that are going into Asia or wherever they're going is because they're going for people that are bought into a traditional way. They're bought into the marriage. They're bought into committing to each other. And the other side of this, because obviously you get the rant that they're ugly guys, they're losers, they're this, that, and the other. Sorry, most of them are financially independent. That's how they can do it. What, you think it's easy to fly halfway around the world on a regular basis? Or, like I did, uproot, change countries, and start from scratch? Then move from Asia to Spain and move the entire family, then work in UK and commuting between Spain and the UK? No. Most of these guys have got a good income or a good pension or capable of creating one from scratch. The point being is these are guys that um, are needed in an economy because they're not only self-sufficient, but they're often developing stuff. It's like myself, built a call center from nothing. Had 45 people working for us until we moved to Europe. Now, we're already looking at reopening some of our business ideas at the minute. That's what I'm working on. But the point being is, it means that I'm not a guy that will sit there I'll make the dinner because you worked so hard today. You went to work for 8 hours. No. In fact, my wife knows if she wants to work, she can work. But I said, prefer she spend the time with the kids. It's the same reason I left my previous partner, because she had different objectives. And the other thing is when you go, oh, yeah, you couldn't get a girl in the West. Yeah, I've had several. Um, the fact is, it's just not for me. And I don't mind if that's the way they want to be. That's fine, but don't whinge about being left on the side. If nobody's interested, you might be lucky and get a beta male, but even then, you probably struggle because they probably won't approach you. So, yeah, you'd have to go and bother them rather than expect that they'll come to you, because they're often not people that will go out their way to actually put themselves forward. So, yeah, that's my view on it. And the fact is, nothing wrong with it. We're in a global society. We're in an environment where you've got a lot of people out there in other countries that can see opportunities. Dating's online, and don't get me wrong. If you think that all the women in Asia are the purest of the pure, that's also nonsense. The reality is, you will find some gems out there, and you will find nightmares. That's just the reality of life. But at the same time, you're more likely to find somebody genuine and in for the long term than you are somebody that you wouldn't spot as a scam or whatever early on. That's just the reality. One of the things I will say, guys, if you're out there dating, if you do spot scams, don't tell the person, because you'll make them better for the next guy. But I wish everybody happiness. I wish everybody, if it's important to have relationships, it's important to be a partner, it's important to find somebody that makes you content and you want to be with. I mean, that's one of the problems I have these days is when I'm traveling and things, I'm not interested in seeing it from my eyes. I want to see it with my wife. I want to see it with her. I mean, that's why we have so many photos from different places. And there's Barcelona. That's Barcelona as well. Oh, we've got a few Barcelona ones. There's all the Paris ones. I think they're over there. The Paris, and this one was up at, is it Wingate? Up in Birmingham. Been in a few countries, been to a few places, but I like it as a group. It's not about me. That's the thing. It, I have never said it's about me. I picked a partner. This I didn't. No, it's been about the unit, the family, the responsibility of I play my part to make sure everything works, and everyone else does theirs. And guess what? It functions like it has for thousands of years. People shouldn't complain about it. They should learn from it. That maybe having green hair and whinging at people that you can't have what you'll never have, a 6'4" um, high earner, yeah, you're not gonna get it. It's the same as a lot of I see some of these people in their late 40s and 50s. I say people, I mean women, saying they can't find guys. Of course they can find guys, but their expectations are silly. To be fair, a lot of them I would just go, I'm not interested in. You know, even if I was single, then I still wouldn't take any interest. Like I said, quite happy to go out for dinner, whatever. But relationship, not worth the time. There's too much of it's all about me. It's all about what I want. It's all what I need. It's like you're tiring. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody's interested. It starts with taking care of the other person, and then you find it comes back as well. That's how these things work. Mutual respect, working things together. Not about I, me, myself, and I. Yeah, never good. Thanks for watching.